It is one thing to sign agreements, and Nigeria has signed so many, including WTO, including EPA, including negotiation of different kinds, bilateral preferences and so on. Even AGOA, we've signed. But one thing is to sign agreements, one thing is to ratify agreement. It is another thing to domesticate that agreement. Domestication involves making those agreements to be part of our laws, to be part of the extant rules and regulations in the country. Without doing this, people may not be able to invoke that kind of agreement. If there are any issue, they cannot say based on this agreement because it's not known in our law books. So that one then implied that apart from ratifying, we need to do the domestication. However, that's just one aspect also. There is need for another aspect, which is to institutionalize it. Institutionalization is also simple. There must be rules and regulation bodies that we see to this. There must be these bodies, many bodies to then coordinate activities. There are also need for what we also refer to as supplementary policies. If you ratify trade agreement, trade investment is there, industrialization is there. So that's what we call coherence. They must be speaking the same language. Not that investment policy is working towards this, industrial policy is going another way. So we also have educational policy. It's our educational policy recognizing all these agreements and training manpower in the same direction. That's one level at the government.
How do you trade such a way that one, you benefit from it and at the same time it doesn't harm your economy, right environment, okay? And then not only that, I said you should know where your advantage lies. Not just exporting goods, especially we are good in agriculture, but then it is not just good to be exporting agriculture. Do you add value to it?
The other level is also at the private sector level. Do they have capacity to also, how do we help them to promote their capacity to take advantage of some of these issues in the agreement? So it's cut all over. That's why I say all stakeholder groups must also come together in terms of implementing any trade agreement. When you have agricultural resources in this country, and you are still doing net import of 4 billion agricultural products, and you're asking me what is important in that. If you don't have agricultural resources, it's a different issue. You have agricultural resources that are lying fallow, underutilized. So, apart from the socio-economic impact, because many people are in the rural area and they practice agriculture. The past that you are referring to, if you are going back to agriculture, it cannot be like the past. We should be able to process agricultural products and move it to the next level. So it's not going to be training people to produce, but we train them along the value chain that I mentioned in the lecture. Process, perfect it, and sell it.